Good evening, everyone. Good evening. If I could encourage you to come in and take your seats, that would be great. We're going to get ready to start this evening's conference. Thank you all. Excellent. Okay, great. Well, I'll firstly welcome everybody to this evening's US conference called She Who Leads, led by one of these wonderful young people called Victoria Azubuike. I manage this youth project here, and we're very much working in partnership to deliver the conference this evening. So we're really proud of Victoria for everything she's done. Wonderful to see all you guys here. So I'm just going to give you a little brief introduction and orientation to what's going to happen today. The boring stuff. After me, it will get a bit more exciting. So first thing is the toilets. So you may have seen them already when you was coming into the building, but outside, on the left and the right, we've got toilets and a larger toilet at the front near reception if you need to use those. On your chairs, you would have already received, hopefully, your evaluation form, your networking sheets, and lots of note paper and pens that you might need. Before the end of the session today, we really need to make sure we have the evaluation forms back. So we'll be in here together until about 8 o'clock, and then we're going to move next door for some light refreshments and some networking. We will have a first break at 6:45, which is an hour from now. It'll be a 10-minute break. At any stage that you complete your evaluation forms, then you can just pop them in a box that's going to be out on the table as soon as you leave this room. So as I say, we'll have networking and some refreshments after in the room just through those doors there. Today, Victoria's done a really great job to establish a snapshot page. I believe, what did I say? What did I say? Snapshot. See, I'm like way past the social media. Snapchat filter. So the hashtag is She Who Leads 2016. Who said woo? It's excellent. I'm seeing it. I don't know how you do it, but you do it. So I'm assuming you all know. So you can hashtag She Who Leads 2016, and there's a fantastic backdrop there for you. We've been encouraged to send our selfies and to talk about what you've learned to the Twitter page, which is @UsProgram. Yes? Does that make sense? Super. One last thing, as far as our safety goes, there's quite a lot of us in this room today, and the fire exits are quite key. The main door you came in is an exit to the main hall. Through there is a fire exit, and behind here is also a fire exit. Myself and one of my other colleagues are fire marshals. If anything happens, we'll be wearing something fluorescent. We're going to move this out of the way, and we're all going to exit any which way we can find. Very orderly manner. Yeah? Okay. Nothing more from me. I'm going to hand you over to Victoria Azubuike, who's going to take you to the next stage. Give her a hand.
It's so great to see so many people today. I actually didn't know how today would turn out. But recently, I've been asked a lot, Victoria, why did you decide to start this program? But before I talk about that, let me actually introduce myself. My name is Victoria Azubuike. I'm 19 years old. I'm currently at Warwick University studying management, and I'm the founder of the US program. Woo! So, many people have asked me, Victoria, why did you decide to set up this program? Well, growing up as a young person from this estate, things were never easy. I went to a normal state school and did struggle a lot because I was never that kid that got things straight away. I had to work hard, but it was that motivation and determination instilled in me by my mother at the back. That kept me going. Because I always knew I wanted to be somebody. Somebody who would help others. Somebody who would show that where you start off in life should never affect where you end up. And this is what this program is about. It's for girls like younger Victoria who want to meet, network, and develop. But maybe you just don't know who to go to or where to start. We aim to show you that just because if you don't have the resources or come from a wealthy family, that you too can go on and get that dream job or grade. To show others that it's possible. It's possible to be great. and it's possible to be the reason why another young girl doesn't give up. As I've grown up, I've been able to come into contact with people and organisations that supported my development. But honestly, I really do wish that I had the support at a younger age that some of you are at now. A place I could go to meet like-minded individuals who all want to learn, develop. The US program aims to educate, network, and develop. By educate, we want to work with girls who are currently doing their GCSEs, A-levels, or BTEC, and be your support during your academic career. By network, we understand that constant development is important. No, that's by develop. We understand that constant development is essential. And that's why we will be providing these annual conferences as well as our self-development sessions. By network, we want to introduce you to organisations who care about you and like-minded individuals. However, I know that this process is difficult, trust me, I know. But that's why these lovely ladies are here today to show us that it's possible. So I would say please do pay attention to what they have to say, because I know many of you will be able to relate to them. I hope by the end of the night, many of you leave informed about the necessary steps needed to succeed. I stand here today as Victoria Zubike. I also stand here as she who leads. And I want each and every one of you to understand that you can and you should also be she who leads. Let's start She Who Leads 2016. I would like to introduce the panel to you all. So, starting from, we have lovely Miss Hope there. Lovely Cynthia. Lovely Missy T. And lastly, lovely Miss Claire. But Claire does have to leave a little bit early today. As you know, guys, the life of the CEO is busy. But she really did want to be here tonight. And she was like, Victoria, come on, like, I want to talk, I want to share what I have to share. So please do really pay. So she's going to talk first. And then after that, we're going to have a mini Q&A. So if you're interested about being a CEO or just learning more, like, this is your chance now before she has to rush off. So I'm going to ask you the first question, if that's okay, Claire. So the first question is, what are the most important traits for being a successful leader today?
Wow, there's so many, but if I was to simplify, I would really say that to be a successful leader, you need to have resilience, and resilience is something that is learned, it's something that you develop over time. When I talk about resilience, what I'm talking about is somebody that can go that extra mile, somebody who can weather the storm when times get tough. They don't run away, they actually run towards problems with a proactive approach, and they tackle them head on in a way where they're thinking about the end goal. And the end goal for anyone in life, it's not millions, it's not the big house. At the end of that, because once you get that, okay, so you're a millionaire, you've got a nice house, but what everybody is really searching for in life is happiness and contentment in their heart. I'm a Christian, so I believe in God, and so for me, God is a big part of my business and my style and my energy. And so for me, that resilience comes from, you know what? You know, people say, you know, what would Beyonce do? I would say, what would God do? Or what would God want me to do in this situation, right? So I'd say resilience. I would say that you need to be sort of firm but fair. Thank you. I would say that you need to be firm but fair. You need to be firm. And, you know, that's really difficult because sometimes you're working with friends and family when you start a small business. And it's really challenging, sort of separating that friendship or that relationship that you've got with family members to get the business done, to get the job done. And, you know, it's not been an easy road. A lot of times I've had to leave people behind because they couldn't step up to the plate. I've had to stop working with family. I've just now started working with my younger sister. Her name's JoJo, so I've got a second business which is called Jo Claire PR, and we've been running this for 15 months now, and we didn't expect to bill in the first year, but we've had like 25 clients, which is amazing, and we've got our brands and everything featured all over the world. But I guess we could do that because we sort of know each other's strengths and weaknesses. Where she falls short, I'll cover her. Where I fall short or I'm too busy, she'll step up. And then we've been able to take on some interns and apprentices as well to get the job done. So yeah, resilience, being firm but fair, and also, you know, just sort of just not taking yourself too seriously. You know, like when I worked, I had a flagship store at Whiteley's for my brand, which is called Pre-May. It's the world's first allergy-free vegan natural beauty company. Started that almost 5 years ago. Thank you. And when I was at the Whiteley store, I was working with girls that I'd never worked with before, and I'd be like, okay, cool, when you come in, this is your schedule, so you need to put bleach in the toilets, make sure the testers are fine, da 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 da. And they'd be like, bleach the toilets? Nah, babe, I've come here to wax, I've come here to massage. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but you know what? Everything I ask you to do, I do. I'm the CEO and I'm the cleaner. There's no job that's too big or too small for me. So if I'm asking you to do it, it's not I'm asking you to take the mick or to take the liberty out of you because you're a new member of staff. I'm asking you that because I would never ask you to do something that I wouldn't do. So I think if you've got that sort of style in mind, that you treat your staff on an equal playing field, then that's where development and nurturing comes. Some people, if they're not feeling that, then they need to go. If they are, let's roll and let's keep being successful.
And also I was wondering if it was possible for you to just share a bit of your story and how you got to where you are today, because when I was searching up and trying to find a businesswoman, your story was incredible and it did inspire me, so it was really
Thank you. Wow. Well, you know what? This is an amazing situation because I'm actually born and bred from Islington.
Come on!
So this is my hometown. So like, this is mad love. I've never actually had a speaking engagement in Islington, so this is amazing to me. That's why I didn't want to cancel you, even though I've got to go. And I was like, okay, so let me start from the beginning. So I grew up in Caledonian Road. I'm one of 5 children. I'm the oldest girl, middle child. Born 1985, so I just turned 31. Yeah. In that short 31 years, people always ask me when I started my business, and I say, I actually started my business when I was 5 years old. Started selling chips from my mum's front door. She would fry them, and I'd wrap them in newspaper and sell them to people on my flats, like 20p or whatever, just to buy some chewing gum or some Haribo or whatever. And that entrepreneurial spirit was in me because we were very poor, and we were the only, like, 1 of 4 black families on an estate of 200 white families, and we were the only Igbo family. So it's like, well, not only are we black, but we're Igbo as well, so Ghanaians ain't feeding us. Do you know what I mean? I was like, oh my God, we have no one but ourselves. So we played with ourselves. Luckily there's 5 of us, so we could always like create a little cafe at my mum's bedroom and, you know, play little games to keep ourselves entertained. But it sort of got lonely, but I found that through me having this sort of creative spark and energy, I could draw other kids in and they'd want to hang with me and sell some stuff and do some stuff. So me and my friend Kerry, we upgraded from the chips and we started selling ice cream. We started trying to compete with the ice cream man and his van, because basically my mum's got 5 children. So obviously trying to spend, you know, 5 kids per day on ice cream, that's going to get very expensive every single day. But Kerry's a single child, so her mum can afford it. So what we do is we'd save Kerry's money, we'd go to Iceland, buy a tub and then cones, and then we'd sell it, two scoops for 40p instead of 1 for 50p. And so this is happening at 9 years old. So I'm already in that frame of mind about profit and loss. I don't even know, again, it's gone. Because when my mum asked me, why are you doing all these things? I'm like, don't ask me, Mum. I don't know, because she can't even explain it, and she is my mum. So, unfortunately, 9, I lost my dad. My dad died. He had a diabetes coma, and that just kind of destroyed our family, because after that, I went into care when I was 11. And so actually I used to come here, there was a youth centre here. So I used to come here, play football, you know, flirt with the boys, chill, and, you know, just do nonsense, because I used to go to Highbury School. And so I went into care, but then whilst I was living in a children's home, my next door neighbour was Sade, the soul singer. And I remember knowing Charlotte because of my dad. Like my dad used to have her tapes and Smooth Operator and all these tunes. And I was like, oh my God, I'm actually living next door to that woman. And she was like the most down-to-earth woman I've ever met in my life. And she just treated us like regular kids, even though she's a megastar. And I think it was that sort of humility and humbleness that I said, when I'm older, I'm going to make sure I treat everyone with the same amount of respect, no matter who they are, what they're going through. Because you don't know how you're influencing someone's life just by being normal to them. You know what I mean? Because you're never too high or too low. We're all just human beings. So that happened. I found a lot of sort of strength in doing drama and film and TV, got my degree. First degree was in drama and film. Wanted to be a makeup artist. I started working at the Body Shop, MAC, and then Bobby Brown. And then I started noticing that I was very unwell whilst I was at uni. I was rolling out of bed, lethargy, low energy, wasn't sure what was going on, had eczema and acne, weren't looking too great, weren't feeling too good. And I was like, why is this happening? So I go to my GP and they were like, oh, you know, it's just all in your mind, just take antibiotics and get out. So I did that for a couple of years, but the symptoms were just still persistent. So my friend's mum told me about going vegan. And I was like, I want to go vegan, I want to go McD's, you know what I mean? I'm just a kid, like I was 19, 20. So I was like, oh my God, I'm going to have to change my lifestyle. Did that, started feeling good. Then my skin was still a problem. So I started looking in my makeup bag and I was like, wow, all these products that I'm selling at these shops have wheat, have this, have all the ingredients that I'm trying to eliminate. So I started mixing and blending my own in my kitchen. At this time I'd finished my degree, went on and did a master's in education. So I trained as a drama teacher, was going for bit work as an extra and stuff, still doing my makeup artistry. So I've always sort of juggled 2 or 3, 4 things at the same time, because for me it's just all creativity. Doesn't matter whether you're an actress, doesn't matter whether you're a makeup artist or a scientist making creams, you're creating something. And I think as women, we are producers. We produce stuff. You know, the mere fact that we're all here, somebody produced us. You know what I'm saying? So we have that natural energy, we just need to tap into it. And so yeah, basically I started my first business, took it to market at Spitalfields Market. People were buying it, eating it, because it was just, they were like, rah, this is really, really natural. I can't believe that I can read the label and I can understand everything that's in this. And that sparked my confidence, because at that time I was like, who am I? Why are people going to buy from me? I'm just little Black Claire from Islington, you know, and it's about that sort of aha moment when you start getting people interested in what you're doing. Again, relaying it back to you, when you reached out to me, I messaged you back within 10 minutes, because I'm like, yeah man, love what you're doing, of course I'm going to come and speak, you know what I mean, because you should just jump at opportunities. So the brand didn't really work, because the name wasn't right and things just went wrong, but that's a whole other story. I'm going to make it quick.
Yeah, and that's actually something we're going to talk about later for the panel.
Yeah. So then I relaunched 5 months later, came back with Pre-May, and within 40 days we were award nominated. In that time we've won 16 awards, so it's almost like I've been featured in Forbes magazine, every magazine you can imagine, basically on the
No, she needs a
So yeah, I mean, people say to me, you know, so then after that I did my allergy diploma, then I got an honorary doctorate of biochemistry, submitted my thesis which was about vegan skincare as modern medicine for the skin. And I've just been educating people ever since. It just gives me so much joy to share education, going into like Tesco's and supermarkets with my customers on FaceTime, like, yeah, put that down, buy this, no, don't do that, okay? And then literally, like the other day was Carnival, and people were like, oh my God, but I don't want to drink this, I don't want to do it. I'm like, babe, just pack lunch, because you know you're going to fall off when you're out there in Carnival. But yeah, that's basically me in a nutshell, yeah.
And you really do show that where you start off in life, like I was saying, does not need to affect where you end up.
Completely. It's all in your mind,
yeah.
Literally. I know that sounds so abstract, like it's all in your mind, like what do I need to do with my mind? But it's sort of like, you just need to be yourself. That's why I even love your whole brand, like just us, as in you, me, us. It's like, there's no you, there's no, like, what really helped me when I was actually acting, which I'm just about to start going back into, was when I realised that I have no competition. And that just set me free. Like I was 21 and I was like, wow, I have no competition. I'm my only competition. Every single year I look at myself and I go, right, okay, so this time last year, what was you on? Okay, so you got that, you got that. Okay, so what are you going to do next year? I don't have time to look at Hope and be like, oh my God, Hope's on this now. And I've got to, I'm not interested in you. I have to be all in on me because I can only better and further myself. I have no idea what she does when she goes home or what she's up to. That's her special, unique journey, same way mine is. So that's where I sort of take my strength from.
Thank you. And like I said, has anybody got any questions directly for Claire before she does have to head off? This is your chance now.
Is your email?
Sorry. Can you stand up and just say your name?
Hi, oh my God, this is stand up. Hi, I'm Crystal.
Hi, Crystal.
Yeah. Sorry, is your email anywhere?
My email's really simple. It's just CEO at, and the brand name. Is it on there? Might even be on the back of the card. It's pronounced pre-made, but it's spelled pre-mine. So let me just see. No, it's not on there. Okay, PREMAE skincare.com. So yeah, you're welcome.
Has anyone else any questions for her? For being a CEO in general? No more questions? Last chance?
Don't miss out this chance,
Yeah.
guys. You've got a boss right here.
Yeah,
My name is Samra.
Hi, Samra.
Hello, Claire. I've recently gone vegan, so this is amazing to hear what you've done with yourself.
Good.
And I also, in the future, wanted to start my own business and promote veganism. So I'm actually in Coventry right now. You said Warwick. Coventry University. I'm 21. And I don't think that there's a lot of vegan places in Coventry as well. And I think it'd be a good thing to start something there as well. And I don't have a direct question, but I was just wondering if you've got anything that you could sort of share with me.
When you say a vegan place, were you thinking like restaurant or like a lifestyle centre?
Whole Foods sort of place where I can design my own products.
Okay.
So skincare and snacks, things that people can actually have on the go. Because you know when you're out there, you don't know.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to stay on that track. Yeah, because they're not readily available and they're not that. It's becoming trendy now, especially in London. We're sort of spot for choice in a weird way. Yeah. But obviously in remote places like Coventry, not remote, but suburban. Yeah. It's sort of like, where do I go? I'm not going to come into London all the time for that. I would say, think about the location, because I've had like 4 shops in the last 4 years, and some locations have worked really well, like when I was at Carnaby Street, it was beautiful. I was on the 2nd floor, I was right in between a yoga retreat, so that sort of woman was my sort of clientele, who was into yoga and they were eating well, and we had a discount code together, so we were hooking each other up. That was cool. When I was in Whiteley's, I was sort of tucked around the corner, sort of very easy to miss. So make sure you get your location right, because you don't want it to be a destination that people are looking for. You want to be right there on the high street. Yeah. I would say don't take the first rent that's offered. Like, I've become a master at negotiating, and that's just because I'm willing to walk away. At the end of the day, a lot of these empty shops would prefer some rent than no rent, especially in the recession right now. So just be like, look man, this is what I can afford. What can you do, and then ask them for like 3 or 4 months up front free, so that you can decorate and you can spend money on your actual produce. Rally round with all the vegan companies in your city, and just see if you guys can sort each other out with some discount or cross promote on websites and get them involved in your launch. Like, people think with pre-made, it's like, this girl just always hooks people up, because every time I have an event, I've got like 10 other brands. Because for me, like I just told you, you guys know my secret, I don't have any competition. So it's nothing for me to say, yeah, come and have a little stand there or a little table and showcase what you're doing, because why not? you know. So get other brands to come into your shop and showcase what they're about. Even if they're established or they're slightly unknown, again, you might want to get them to come and share that rent with you, so it makes it even easier to exist. Because that's the thing about women. We are sometimes our own worst enemy, and we can be like, yeah, you know, I'm going to be wrong and strong, I'm going to do my thing, and I don't want to partner up with nobody, and then you're stressed, struggling, fail. When you could have just said, you know what, I don't want to do this by myself. Can we do it together? Like, can we work on this together? It makes life easy.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
We've got one more question.
Yes, please. Throw them at me because I'm here for like another 6 minutes.
My name's Anita.
Hi, Anita.
You said that when you first started out your business, it failed because of branding. What did you do the second time that changed it?
Beautiful question, thank you. Yeah, so the first time I had my brand, it was like I was thinking like a small business. I was seeing myself as a very small fish in a massive pond. I was too aware of the competition, Body Shop, Lush. Even though I'd worked at Body Shop on and off for 6 years, so I knew the in and outs of the business, but the brand just was too shabby chic. You know what I mean? I was printing my labels on my home computer. I mean, you've got to start somewhere, so that was my sort of barrier to entry. It's like, how am I going to get this off the ground? Do it yourself. So I did it myself, right? But in my mind, it was like, I'm a small fish and I've got to work my way up. Could take me 10, 15, 20 years. What? I've got 20 years. Let me do this right now, right? So when I rebranded, I was like, right, my whole vision is I want to be the Black Estee Lauder. And I'm going to have about 10, 15 brands under me in the next 10, 15 years. So I was just stealing with pride, just looking at their website, looking at mine, looking at mine. And now my brand is so iconic, when you go on my website and you see it, you feel like you're on Estee Lauder Clinique. And they've been around for 50 years. So when my brand is getting pitted against these brands and women, because my formulations are brilliant, then I'm like, yeah. Because the way I styled it and branded it, I didn't think like a small business. I was like, if I want to really be in this pond, I need to be a player. I need to look like a player. You know, apologies, I'm wearing Nikes today. I'm wearing no heels, I ain't looking like a player today. But my website and my branding, you can't try it, man.
Hi, my name's Mia.
Hi.
I have a question for like those who are like around like 18 to 20 and considering going uni. And I saw that the course that you did was completely different to business. And I'm sure there's a lot of people around the ages of like 16 who have those ideas, being like, oh yeah, I could do business. I can bust up my own business and get everyone out on the street. So what advice would you have? Did you find that was university useful? What is the ways of trying to use it, even if the course doesn't relate to like business and doing those sorts of things? And if not, what kind of things would you suggest to those who feel like they're in like a lost period, like they're not sure if they should go to university or do those things? Like, what advice would you give?
Wonderful. Thank you. Like, when I was at uni, I think we were the first or second year who had just started with the loans. So we just missed the grants. And now you guys are in, like, I think it's 3 times the amount that I was probably paying. So that is a massive, again, barrier to entry, where you're like, oh my God, I'm going to start my adult life in debt. Like, what, why? You know what I mean? And then if I get that piece of paper, is there really a job at the end of it? Because I see my cousin or my brother and he's broke. You know what I mean? And you're thinking like, what is really going to happen for me? I did drama with film and TV. It was a joint honours, so it was like doing 2 degrees in one. One was behind the camera and the theory, one was in front performing as a presenter and actress. All of my friends laughed at me. Straight, they were like, you know what, Claire, what are you going to do with a drama degree? You know what I mean? There's no black actresses on telly, so what are you going to do? You're going to write your own plays or your own things? And I was like, yeah. And I tried, I did. Again, trying to be wrong and strong, doing it all by myself, and it didn't work. And at the end of it, my friends were doing economics and business. Joke thing is now, 5 years on, as in 5 years into my business, my business friends message me for business advice. I've never been to them for business advice. Because you know what? A lot of this is just doing it. you're gonna fail. You're gonna waste money. You're gonna waste time. You're gonna waste energy. You're going to cry. You're gonna get that big order and think, oh my God, now that it's here, how do I fulfill it? You know, I had an order from Glossybox for 30,000 products, and I spent 30 days doing that from the covers of my bed because I was unwell by hand. So I know if you put me to the test,